What's up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. Today I have a special guest.
Hi everybody.
So most of you guys know that Brittany's my niece. She is part of the Murillo twins, and she also has a channel with her mans.
Make sure you guys subscribe.
So in case you guys don't already watch them, I mean most of you guys already do follow the whole family, but in case you guys don't know who she is, I'll make sure to put the link to her channels in my description box. So you guys have been asking me for this video, I think ever since I started my YouTube channel, and I can't believe I'm barely putting it out there. Okay guys, so as you guys know, I'm pretty good at cooking, but if there's one thing your girl cannot make, it is rice.
Mexican rice.
Yeah, I just don't know how to make rice, period. But especially Mexican rice. Like Mexican rice, I tried it. I tried making it back in like 2010. That was the first and last thing that I did, and I failed, and I never tried again. Because usually, like, if I fail one time, like, I'll keep doing it until I got it right. But yeah, I just gave up on the rice. So Brit is the one that learned how to make rice, because at the time we weren't living with my sister, we weren't living with my mom, so we didn't have nobody to make rice. So Brit was the brave one.
Yeah.
So Brit, how long do you think it took you to get the recipe down for rice?
Dude, like I want to say years. It took like 2 years for me to like actually finally like feel confident about my rice, because Mexican rice, you guys, is really hard to make. Like white rice is something different. Like steamed rice, that's different. That's more easy. Like Mexican rice is really hard. So literally, guys, it took me like almost 2 years. I would have good days, I would have bad days, but finally now I feel like I know how to make it really good now, and it's soft, fluffy, just perfect, just right. So today we're gonna show you guys.
Yeah, so okay, before we get into the recipe, you guys, so before you guys start criticizing, well, most of you guys already know, our rice is a little different from like your traditional rice, because the texture of the rice, the way that we make it, it's a little more like on the moist side. Yes. It's like a little, I don't want to say mushy. How would you?
It's definitely not your typical dry restaurant rice. Like when you go, it's really dry. We make our rice more wet, or what it is, but we grew up on like more wet, moisty rice. And I'm not talking about like soup wet. It's just more it's more moist.
Yeah,
it's not dry.
Very moist.
So we like that better. And then we also top it off with melted cheese, which you guys will see. So that's what makes our rice different from your ordinary rice.
Anyone who has tried our rice, they're always like, oh my god, I've never tried rice like this before, but it's so good. All right, Brit, so let's see if we can come over my fear of making rice.
I think you got it, Pinky.
Because I'm pretty like intimidated right now.
I will lead you through every step of the way that you need, because you need it. Like, trust me, because I always was struggling, but we're gonna get it down.
And you guys, it's so funny because when Brit first started learning how to make rice, like we would call it her good rice days, and we would call like her bad rice days. Yeah. So, I don't know. I just feel like getting the rice down, it's just like a little
hard for
complicated.
everybody.
Yeah, because it could be like uneven. My problem was it would be like mushy in the middle, and then the outer was like so dry. So that would be my problem when I would try to make it. So,
yeah.
All right, guys. So we're going to get straight into it. All right, Brit. So what are we going to need?
I always use jasmine rice. So this is the jasmine rice that I use. This is what it looks like. Any type of rice is good, but I really like jasmine rice. We're gonna put 1 cup of corn. It's a canned corn. 1 tomato sauce. We're gonna add some onion, chicken bouillon, 1 piece of garlic, Monterey Jack cheese, and oil.
The cheese is my favorite part. If you guys haven't had cheese on rice yet, oh my god, definitely save it for cheat day, but it's so fucking bomb, you guys. You
could do it with or without. I have my days where because cheese is really heavy, and for me it's really filling. So if you guys are cooking light and you need to fill yourself up, I would definitely have the cheese. But if you're really having a full meal, I try to like not put too much cheese, but it's really good with it. It's really bomb.
I love the cheese, guys.
So I'm gonna just use 1 cup This is how my cup looks like. It's like your ordinary coffee cup. It's not like the jumbo one. It's like just a tiny cup of coffee.
Okay.
So we're gonna use that cup and we're gonna fill it up to the top. So we put it up to the top.
Okay.
And rule number one, you have to do this step. You have to wash your rice because rice is so dirty and we're gonna wash it like 20 times. Okay.
Okay, so we're gonna start the process.
So we're gonna wash it. I normally run my hands through the rice and go like this. Like that, just to like make sure get rid of everything. And I use a strainer like this.
So it's kind of like beans, huh? Because you know how beans, we have to rinse them a lot of times?
Kind of like beans. But I leave the rice underwater for a long time. I've seen too many videos on dirty rice, so.
Oh, is that why you leave it soaking? Is it to take the residue off?
Yes, I take everything off. So make sure you wash your rice, you guys, please. Okay, so now that we've washed the rice for a long period of time, we're just gonna shake it off. I kind of like give it a bounce to make sure the water is like coming out. So then I leave this on a bowl like this and I let it air dry for about 10-15 minutes. So well, that's because if you cook it while it's wet with the oil, the rice gets stuck together.
Oh, like it clumps up.
It clumps up because it's wet and then it's with oil, it starts coming together, the rice. So you want to make sure it's like air dry. You could even get a napkin and like dampen
Pat it down?
I normally just let it air dry for a while.
Okay, cool.
And for the rice, meanwhile,
So I know you always say that the secret to making rice is what?
So you guys, the secret to making rice is I like to use like a deep dish, like a deep pan, something like this, small but that comes up.
You know what? I see my first mistake now. I was using like a flat one.
Yeah, there's actually a lot of people that use it with the flat ones. I just don't like it because it just doesn't get in there all the way. Like only the middle will cook. You know?
That's what was happening to me.
So something like this. I like to use this.
Wow, Brit, you're teaching us a lot of things here.
Yeah, and it's still big enough to where like it's gonna cook everywhere. You know.
So do you think that this is your favorite rice pot?
Yeah, something like this. It would look like this.
And you guys, Brit actually she put me on. So Brit came home from Home Goods with this pot. She actually bought two. This is the smaller one and we have a bigger one. And it works so good. Everything slides off of it. I think
it's like nonstick.
What's the brand? Is it Country Kitchen?
So we put it at a medium-low level, the fire. So
medium.
This is where it's at. We're gonna add oil. You could use olive oil, whatever oil you like. I like just canola oil. So you kind of want to put enough oil, and don't worry if it's too much. I always end up taking it out. I use about this much oil, and I let the oil heat up first. Now that our oil is heated up, we're gonna throw one piece of garlic, just one. All you need is one, and you're gonna let it just cook with the oil. Okay, so for the most part, it's pretty dry now. So we're gonna go ahead and just throw it in. And you can tell when it's dry because it moves around a lot. So the trick to not making hard rice, you ever cook rice and then you like chew on it and it tastes like sand? Well, I know that because the first time I ever made it was for the kid's dad and he literally made me freaking cry and I ran to the restroom crying. And he said it tasted like sand, but I get what that means because the rice was really hard when I made it.
So you know through trial and error.
Oh my god, since I was like 16 years old.
Okay.
But the trick to not, and my mom, she always taught me this. Don't over fry your rice. Like I know I always hear like brown your rice. You don't brown your rice. Like you barely let it fry for a little bit, a couple minutes. Like you don't even let it even turn like caramel or anything. Like it should still be looking like this. Like you just want to toast it a little bit. Because over toasting it to the point where it's brown or like caramel color, like that's gonna fry your rice and it's not gonna make it turn soft or fluffy. You barely want to fry it a little bit. And that should turn your rice like fluffy and soft. So we're just gonna give it a couple more minutes in here. Okay guys, so you wanna make it look like this. I had it frying for about like 5 minutes, but I always kept it on low. So that's why it didn't burn or brown up or anything like that. It's always been on low. So I'm just gonna take out some oil. You still wanna leave a little bit of oil because the oil gives it the flavor. So still leave a little bit.
You're just taking off like the excess
Just
oil.
a little bit. Yeah, I'm just taking out, but I'm still leaving a little bit.
I like your method.
Yeah. So I think that's good. We're gonna take this napkin out.
And that's about the color of the rice.
Let's see. It's like yellow.
Yeah, I see. It's like, yeah, definitely an off-white.
Definitely an off-white, but not brown, not caramel,
brown,
not none of that. So now we're gonna stick 1 tomato, or you can make it from scratch too, but I still feel like there's a difference because like I know like some people make it with like real tomato and blend it in the blender. So because I know some people are gonna be like, wow, like you need to use real tomato, but I literally noticed a difference. I don't.
You know what? Me too.
It doesn't have flavor. This has flavor. Like I don't know. I love the tomato sauce.
Sorry guys.
So, I noticed a difference, you guys. If you want to make it with the real tomatoes, go ahead. But we're always anti-canned, but for some reason,
I'll let this one slide. Yeah, because I like the canned one better for the
Mama
rice.
has made us rice with real tomatoes, and
or even the sopa de fideo. I don't know.
It doesn't
prefer.
get the
It's a
same.
guilty pleasure, guys.
Okay, so we're gonna throw it in here. So then you want it. Oh shit. So you want to cook the rice with the tomato for like 1 minute, 2 minutes, so it can like soak up the flavor of the tomato. So I normally just cook this in here. I'll let it sit for like a couple, like 1 to 2 minutes.
Oh, she's bougie. She has a little water dispenser, guys.
It's hot. It's boiling hot water, so it makes cooking easier because I don't gotta wait for it to boil. And I like my water like really clean, purified. Since we made 1 cup of rice, we're gonna throw in 2.5 cups of water. Cause you know typically if you use 1 cup of rice, then you throw in 2 cups, but I do 2.5 cups. So 1 cup of rice, we do 2.5 cups of water. So this is 1 cup. 2 cups. And my last cup, it's the half. It's not fully all the way.
So it's 2.5 cups.
2.5 cups. Okay. Okay, so right now that I'm barely beginning to boil it, you want to have it come to a boil. So we're gonna put it a little bit higher at a medium heat level. And as soon as it starts to boil, we're gonna put it on low. We just want it to come to a boil first.
Okay.
So as soon as you throw your water in, you want to immediately throw in the chicken bouillon. So I start off with 2 spoons first. And then you want to like just guesstimate it to see how it's tasting. And I try it right away, so let's try it. Okay, so it needs maybe like 1 more.
Okay.
I also throw in like 1 little baby spoon of the tomate because it is a tomate rice. So I always throw in like this much of it.
And this one is the tomato bouillon, guys. That's what she just added.
But I do want to say it's about 3 tablespoons of the chicken bouillon, but just make sure it's not like overly stacked up because I made sure mine just wasn't overly stacked up. I don't want you guys' rice to come out really salty.
You guys can always add it to your liking. In case you guys don't need that much like salt or whatevs, you guys don't have to put that much.
Yeah, you guys don't have to put as much as I did because...
That's why you guys just taste it and you guys can add it to your liking.
Yeah, you just eyeball it to your liking. Okay, it's just about right. See how it's coming to a boil now? Now, you want to like right away put it on your lowest one. All the way to our lowest fire.
Okay, because it's already boiling. So
Yeah.
put it to low.
Yeah, right away. And then you want to throw in like a little piece of onion. So you want to throw in your onion. And then we're gonna throw our cup of corn. You want to do this while it's water.
Okay. So we're about to add the corn. Oh my god, it already smells so good. And this is what I made for dinner, guys. I have the beans, I have refried beans, and I made carne con chile. I already have this recipe up. In case you guys are interested, I'll put it in the description box.
Okay, so now we're gonna stick 1 cup while it's still in caldo form. Make sure you guys don't forget that. You guys don't have to throw in the corn, but we like ours with corn. It gives
it with corn.
It gives it like a flavor too.
Yes.
The corn gives a flavor. That everything's perfected, the flavor, the water, everything's in here. You're gonna top it. And you guys, like every 5 minutes, I give it 1 turn. This should take like 20 minutes to cook. So we'll come back in like the next 5 minutes, just give it 1 turn, just 1. Okay guys, so it's been about 5 minutes. I'm gonna give this just 1 small little stir, not too much. See how I barely shifted things around? It's because we want to make sure the water is getting in between so everything cooks thoroughly. And we're gonna put this back on top. We're probably gonna stir it 1 more time, so it'll just be a total of 2 times that you're gonna stir. Okay, so this is the second time we're gonna give it another spin. So this time we're not gonna really like shake it up a little bit. We're just gonna like make holes inside like this. We're not like really actually stirring it around. And it's already looking really good. So now we're gonna take off the cap. We're gonna just let everything soak up. So we're not gonna be using the cap anymore with the second stir.
How's the rice looking, Brit?
So it's almost about done. What I like to do before is I always take the piece of onion out.
Okay.
So I'm gonna throw it out just so nobody takes bites.
And how long do you estimate that we've been cooking it for so far?
20-25 minutes.
Okay.
I normally try to look for the garlic too so nobody bites into it, but right now it's pretty deep in there, so it's okay if you can't find it.
We're just gonna leave it.
Yeah.
A little garlic ain't never hurt nobody.
So it's gonna probably be cooking for the next 3 minutes.
Okay.
So for the next 3 minutes, we're just gonna end up putting our Monterey Jack cheese. We like using Monterey Jack cheese because it's the cheese that melts and it's really good. I like that cheese. So we're gonna top it with cheese. You could kind of give it a mix. That's what my mom does, and that's what kind of leaves the rice really moisty. We'll just give it 1 little mix inside, kind of like just poking holes inside like this. We'll do that.
Just to get the cheese in there, huh?
Just to get the cheese inside, and that kind of gives it the moisty effect, like that.
Delicious.
We're gonna wait for it to melt, and then once it's melted, it'll be all done. Okay guys, so the rice is about done. It's all done. I actually just turned it off. This is how it looks with melted cheese. That's optional. That's what makes the rice really moisty and wet, is adding the cheese. You guys don't have to add the cheese. It's still gonna be really fluffy. A little bit more on the dry side, but still like moisty, not too
Just
dry.
not as moisty as the way we have it here.
Yeah. Sometimes when I make this rice, sometimes I won't put this much cheese and it'll still be moisty, but not hella wet, like not hella cheesy. But this is good. We requested it like this today.
All right, guys, so Brit's serving us right here.
Me and Lo are gonna take a little fetish bite for you guys.
All right. All right, guys, so we are going to try Brit's famous rice.
Okay.
All right. So let's see.
Let's try it.
Oh, it's hot.
I love.
Oh my God.
It's so good, you guys.
So bomb. I want to eat it like in a burrito.
The flavor on point.
So bomb. Like we said, you don't have to add the cheese if you don't want to.
Like totally optional, and you can lightly do it. You can lightly add cheese, just a little sprinkle if you just want to barely taste it, you can lightly add it. Or it's all up to you, however you want. But make sure you guys tag us in the rice.
Fucking fire, you guys. That was Brit's recipe. So Brit was saying that she felt like she put a little too much cheese on the rice this time. I mean, I love cheese, so
it's because I honestly, you guys, I put cheese, like I said, every now and then whenever we're craving it, not all the time. And like I said, it gets you really full. It's a really filling dish when you add cheese on it because it's heavy. But it's really good. Like, we like it with cheese.
So if you guys make the recipe, don't forget to send it to us on Instagram. And if you guys tag us, we'll repost it. Let us know if you guys make your rice a little similar to ours, or maybe you make yours totally different. We would love to hear how you guys make your rice.
Yes.
All right, Brit, well, thank you so much for showing us how to make rice.
You're welcome.
I think I'm gonna try to make a video attempting to making it on my own next time and seeing how that turns out.
How do you rate it? Like, was it easy?
No, this was like perfect. The way you showed us was very easy to follow. And I feel like a lot of the things you said not to do makes sense why my rice didn't work out when I tried.
Yeah.
Because all the stuff you told us not to do was stuff I was doing. Yeah. So, and also don't give up, you guys.
Keep going. I swear, you guys, it took me years. And my rice does not come out hard anymore at all or dry. Like, it's on point.
Yeah, guys, so thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to hit the like button. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. And also don't forget to follow Brit if you guys don't already follow her. And thank you guys so much for watching Mo Money's channel.